it is, what it do, what it is, lads and ladettes. Welcome back to Yesterday Today. This, of course, is the show where I bring you the news today from yesterday. And jumping right into it, I got some stories for you. And this first one is kind of funny to me. Basically, you know what Serious Sam is, right? By now, if you're a gamer and you've played a game in the last 10, 15, maybe 20 years, I'm not sure how long this has been around, but you know what Serious Sam is. It's a first-person shooter, kind of arcadey, kind of fast-paced. It's fun, right? Well, Serious Sam 4 is coming to consoles next year, but this year it's coming straight to Stadia exclusively. Yeah, you heard that right. Stadia, and only Stadia until 2021. I tried to say that without a smile because that is very weird. Google had to pay up for this. And here is an excerpt from an article on Kotaku saying the game is still coming to Xbox One and PlayStation 4 after its period of exclusivity over with Stadia. A rep for publisher Devolver Digital told Kotaku over email, adding that those consoles won't receive Serious Sam 4 until 2021 after further inquiry. Now, I'm not trying to, yes I am. It doesn't seem like a lot of people are playing Google Stadia. I don't know anyone. Matter of fact, I've heard people say, I tried it, didn't like it, but I don't know anybody that's saying, hey, listen, you gotta play Google Stadia. Google Stadia is where it's at, because clearly it isn't. It went free, and they were basically giving stuff away. I definitely received the code to get some time free, and I still wasn't really interested. I have enough to play here. I have enough systems to play here. I'm not interested in Google Stadia. I do not want them to fail. I wish any and everybody the best, but right now, Google Stadia ain't where it's at. Let me just move on to one of the next smaller stories. And y'all know Superman, the guy from Mission Impossible 6, and the guy who recently played The Witcher. Oh, in Immortals. That's where I really first noticed him from. Yes, Henry Cavill. I absolutely love this dude's work. And him being in The Witcher, and what he said in the interviews that he's beaten The Witcher 3 multiple times, that proves the level of nerd that this guy is, and that he loves video games, and I respect it because I haven't even beaten Witcher 3 one time. And there is an interesting tidbit. The developer of Total Warhammer had an interview with PC Games In, and this is from IGN. It says, I thought it would be fun to somehow inject him into the game because Henry Cavill said he loves firing up Total Warhammer. And he says, with the Warden and the Paunch coming up, it felt like a good time to include Henry. And what better way than having a mighty Lore Master of Hoeth, if I'm mispronouncing that, I apologize, I'm not familiar with this franchise, by your side with a few personal special traits to play with when starting a campaign as Eltharion. Henry Cavill is in a gaming TV show, also a book, of course, The Witcher 3, and now he's an Easter egg in a game. Kudos to him. You know, he's just giving us more to be fans of his stuff and more fans of his work. And shout out to Henry Cavill because he's been a pretty vocal nerd, and he's awesome for that. Let me move on to the third and final small story. So, y'all remember that game that looked like Splatoon, but they were just ninjas and they had some weapons and bubblegum called Ninjala? Well, it's getting a second beta, and it's happening at the end of this month, May 31st, and it says there will be 7 different event periods for the Ninjala Beta Active at different times on May 30th and May 31st, 2020, based on a player's region. North and Central American players will be able to access the exclusive Ninja Club between 12 p.m. and 9:50 p.m. Pacific time. And listen, I don't know if anybody's played this. I would like to get a chance to get into it, but I just have so many other things I'm playing. If anybody that's watching it, if you've played it, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Is it seriously something that you think I should get into or more people should get into? Because I absolutely love Splatoon, and this looks like Splatoon with ninjas. It definitely looks fun, but as I said, I'm pretty busy. I'm playing a bunch of other stuff, and I'm not even particularly a fan of Battle Royale, but this game actually looks fun. So let me know down what you think of that in the comments down below. And now let's get into the real meat and potatoes of the story. So this is crazy. Take-Two Interactive, the parent company of studios such as Rockstar Games and 2K Games has announced that it is planning to release 93 games over the course of the next 5 years. You heard that right. It's okay. One parent company can have plenty of studios and everything, but 93 games over the course of 5 years, it definitely sounds insane. But some of these games could be mobile games. Some of these games could be smaller games between 10, 20, 30, 40 and up prices. I don't think everything's going to be to the level of NBA 2K, WWE 2K, or even Red Dead and GTA 5, but there's going to be some smaller games. They have a lot. This is insane to me. 93 games. What is like how many? Like what could really, listen, I don't know. I'm curious to see it. And this is over the next 5 years, and especially as gaming evolves, and maybe with next gen getting ready to hit, they don't have the technology, right now, or maybe they want to spread it out because at least 5 years in, that it'll be 5 years into next gen, and they will be completely used to the software and the dev kits for the next gen. And some of these games might actually want it to come out around that time so it can look its absolute best. And kudos to them. And if you thought that was a lot, I will see your Take-Two Interactive and raise you a THQ Nordic. It says, this is coming from Push Square, and they said THQ Nordic has 118 games of development right now. 118. They have a bunch of studios too, because THQ Nordic keeps buying every studio possible and every game property possible. Okay, we recently got, not even recently, but sometime last year, we got Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. And we still haven't seen anything on Biomutant in I don't know how long. I do remember the developers saying last year that it's still in development, but it looks like one of those mid-tier games, but it's gonna be fun and it's gonna have some decent gameplay. But I would like to hear something about it. And after all this time, and if this game is bad, I'm gonna be pretty upset. But THQ Nordic, they kind of put out some of those mid-tier, close to up-tier games, and I'm all for it. And 118 games, I'm actually quite interested in it. And I have no idea what any of these can be. Yeah, I did hear that they say there's another Saints Row in development, and they do have some SpongeBob coming out soon, but hopefully we get to hear from a Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning or remastered or remake, whatever. I would like to hear more, but this is from 93 from one studio, 118 to another studio. Everybody keeping their grinds down, and COVID-19 has delayed stuff, but it might actually work in the benefit of developers because they could probably throw more ideas at the board and improve some of these games. And hey, if you have the time, use it. Just don't delay it till infinity, and then when we finally get it, we don't really care for it anymore. I'm looking at you, Biomutant. Now, here's another story. G2A, a popular gamer keys storefront for PC gamers, they just had to pay a developer for $39,600 for stolen game keys. Yeah, there's not much to say about that. It's just sad, but here we go. This is coming from GameSpot. In July 2019, online games retailer G2A extended an offer to devs to open up its records to an independent auditor and to reimburse the developers 10 times the value of any game keys that were found to have been illegally sold. So far, only one developer, Woob Games, has taken them up on the offer, and G2A has finalized a figure of $39,600 as compensated for stolen Factorio keys. That's a lot of money, but given the fact this is a heavily used website, maybe it was a little bit of chump change, but that's still a lot of money. But good to know that they said, hey, look, we'll give you 10 times it, and sorry we inconvenienced you. Moving on to the next story. Now, this is a big one because I was a Scott Pilgrim fan. I loved the movie, enjoyed the game. The game was hard as I don't know what, but the game was still pretty fun. And, well, Ubisoft might be teasing the fact that they are giving us a remake, a remaster of some sort. And this is coming to you from comicbook.com, and it says, is Ubisoft teasing a re-release of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World game? Some fans of the last generation gem seem to think so. Today, Brian Lee O'Malley, the creator of the beloved series, tweeted out, bring back the Scott Pilgrim game. That's it. At the moment of publishing, the tweet is only an hour old, but the official Ubisoft Twitter account was quick to respond with a thinking emoji. I don't know if they're literally just thinking about it or they're teasing us, whatever. But if you do bring it out, put it on a Nintendo Switch, have limited run games, put something together. Limited run games, they're going to call it limited, but they're going to have to print a lot. Seriously, limited, make it special editions, or even make it a bigger release and give it special editions. There is a big fan base for this. A lot of people love the movies. A lot of people love the graphic novels or comic books. And, well, I'm one of them, okay? I didn't get a chance to read the graphic novel, but I definitely love the movie, definitely love the game. And honestly, if this is absolutely true, I'm going to lose my mind. And I'm going to make sure I have someone to play with me in co-op, because I refuse to be sitting here getting ready to throw my controller at the wall, because this is extremely difficult game. But given the fact that they are recognizing that this is a beloved franchise, well, beloved game, and there is a want for it, I appreciate this. Moving on to the final story, and well, I want to say this. After buying Modern Warfare Remake in March, I am absolutely back on a Call of Duty boat, if you will. I haven't really played Call of Duty since Advanced Warfare. Once they tried to do the whole Titanfall-like thing, I wasn't feeling it, okay? Last one I actually did buy and play was Ghost. Thought Ghost was pretty good. Didn't get a chance to play the campaign, but I played a good portion of the multiplayer, and I definitely enjoyed that. But there is possibly, because, you know, it's Treyarch's turn to put out their game, and this year it's supposed to be maybe a Black Ops soft reboot, and it's called Black Ops Cold War. And it says Call of Duty Battle Royale Warzone has begun a set of teasers to do with its locked bunkers, which slowly hint at a Cold War setting over time. There's more to come there before Activision makes Cold War official, though of course players have already glitched through walls and seen some of what is in store, including a Cold War era spy plane. Now, I'm not a historian or anything, but the Cold War era was something that was behind the scenes, more of a political thing. I don't really know about any guns being fired off, but they also said spy planes, so this is going to be, and that's just really what Black Ops is. They're spies, they're going to do stuff covertly and hidden. So, listen, I remember when Black Ops, the original Black Ops came, and it was so beloved because it was such an amazing story. And then the multiplayer was still fire, even though it was in the 60s/70s. I'm hyped for this because I'm back on a Call of Duty boat and I'm all for it. And even though there's microtransactions, it doesn't really get in my way. And I love Modern Warfare. I can't wait to play some more Black Ops. And if this is anything like the original Black Ops, just revamped and modernized, I'm all for it. Lads and ladders, thank you so much for watching. Oh, if you like it, hit the like button. If you dislike it, it's all good. Hit the dislike button. But while you're here, before you leave, hit that subscribe button down below and hit that notification bell so you know when your boy is posting. Lads and ladettes, stay safe and play plenty. This video is finito.